Welcome to Faith in 5, a weekly video devotional designed to discuss practical spiritual concepts in 5 minutes or less. I'm your host, Mark Vandellen. So a couple years ago, I found myself walking into a familiar meeting, a meeting that I had every week for a lot of years of my life. We at the church that I worked at, we had this meeting called the Creative Planning Team, and a whole bunch of us got around a table, and we would brainstorm videos, songs, different images and ideas that we could bring to the table to try to illustrate what we were trying to communicate on a Sunday morning. And we did this every Tuesday, and we usually try to plan for a month at a time. Then we'd come back and we'd solidify some things. And what it would usually look like is all of us with our laptops out, kind of searching. We'd talk about an idea. Whoever was giving the sermon would kind of pitch their idea, and we'd start searching. And I remember opening my book, and this was a unique time for me because this meeting was one of the last meetings that I was going to attend with this church. And so what that meant in my head is I was asking a whole lot of questions about what God wanted from me and what he wanted for me, and I wasn't getting answers. It felt like radio silence on the other end. So I opened my computer to start typing in some things and searching. I went to YouTube, and along the side was all these advertisements for women in swimsuits. So I've got two of my coworkers on either side of me, and all of those ads are typically a result of either previous search information, conversations you may have had, all those sorts of things. And so both of these people are looking at me like, what have you been doing in your free time? Well, it turns out my wife and I had just been searching for a new bathing suit for her. And so we had done a bunch of searching on my computer, sitting next to each other on the couch. And of course, they were like, sure, Mark. But in that moment, it was really unique for me because I'm surrounded by a bunch of friends and coworkers who had been a part of my life for a long time. And yet I was asking questions that I wasn't getting information from God. And yet what I was getting was a whole bunch of ads that I didn't want. And I've joked often in my life that I just wish God would put it on a billboard. And now the 2018 version of that was, I wish that God would put it in my Facebook feeds, that he would understand what my ad needs are. And based on my internet searching and my conversations, he would just show up right there in the little corners of my screen. But it doesn't work that way. And it was a really difficult time for me, but not impossible. I know there's people out there that are having big struggles, really difficult things where you're in a spot where you're just not sure. You're not sure what to believe. You're not sure what God's trying to say to you. And what I want to share with you a song that really met me where I was at. It's a song called Believe by Mumford & Sons. And Believe was kind of a departure from the sound that we came to know Mumford & Sons for. But it also was a very honest, really a healthy look at the human condition, the reality of the human condition. In that song, they ask a lot of questions. They say, like, how can I function in this world? You couldn't just say it, right? Like, you couldn't just tell me what you want from me. I've tried, but it's misconceived. What else could this mean? I'm trying to figure this out, but I can't figure it out. There's a spot in the song, too, where they say, this is never going to go our way. And I know you and I have both felt that way. And then the chorus says, I don't even know if I believe. I don't even know if I believe. I don't even know if I believe what you're trying to say to me. And I've been in that spot, and I know you have too. And as I read through the Bible, it doesn't say don't be in that spot. There's so many stories. I mean, if you read Job and you read story of Abraham and Isaac, and you read all the story, even story of Moses, where they have questions about what God is trying to do. And it wasn't always clear. We're in good company. In fact, in Matthew 27:46, Jesus quotes Psalm 22 by saying, my God, why have you forsaken me? At the end of his life, he is saying, why have you forsaken me? We are in good company when we have some of those questions. The way that we deal with them is by asking them. That's why I love that song, Believe, because it's so honest. To be able to admit to God, I don't know what you want from me. I'm not sure I believe what you want from me. I'm not even sure that this experience is certainly not what I expected, and so I'm having a hard time aligning my life experience with what I thought you thought, what I thought you wanted from me. When you're struggling, I would encourage you to listen to this song and share your thoughts with God. Listen to the song and hear how they do so, and then do the same in your life. This week, as you live out your faith, be honest with God about your doubts, your confusion. There's a moment of hope in that song where they say something to me like you love me. Say something like you love me. Beg God, ask God to show up. And may your faith be strengthened in your doubt, because it encourages you to go seek God.